So hi, welcome back to another English video. Today we're going to talk about How I Met Your Mother Season 8 and why it sucked so bad. I have to tell you, I love How I Met Your Mother. It's one of my favorite shows because we don't really have other sitcoms that are up to the challenge, except for The Big Bang Theory. That's really kind of unique because of the humor. But Two and a Half Men, now it's going to be two men and a woman. That's not weird. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the episodes of Season 8. So beware of the spoilers. Overall, we have to talk about the episodes in overall. The episodes of Season 8 are what we call filler. I'd like to call it the Attack of the Clones effect. You know, we had the Phantom Menace and we had Revenge of the Sith, and we had a scoop, you know, it has to be a trilogy, so we just kind of shoved shit in there. Season 8 is basically just the giant build-up for Barney and Robin's wedding, where Ted is actually going to meet the mother of his future children. She is introduced in the last episode of Season 8. What made How I Met Your Mother good? Basically because it took everything that made Friends good and put it into a modern day thing. You know, Friends ended 2004, How I Met Your Mother aired 2005, so they just, you know, kept going with the same shit. How I Met Your Mother made everything perfect. We had these characters we can relate to, it had an interesting plot, and not this, you know, when one episode is over, we just erase everything we did like Two and a Half Men does. No, it was a continuous plot because we were building up to a big culmination, because he is actually telling his future children how everything went down. Kids, I'm going to tell you an incredible story. I'm going to tell you how I fucked every woman in New York City before I actually met your mother. It's going to take about 8 years, so bear with me. We have Lily, Marshall, Robin, Barney and Ted, the most unlikable protagonist because he is pathetic and so dumb. Season 7 ended on a very strong note. We had the birth of Marvin, wait for it, Erickson, and Robin tells Ted that he is full of crap and he has to move on, he has to do something for himself, but he kinda is like, oh, I think I'm still in love with you, Robin. This continues out to Season 8 till the only good episode named The Final Page, and I think the writers said, okay, we got the beginning, we got this final page episode, and we got the season finale. But we also got like 20 other episodes, we gotta shove some shit in there. So in the end of Season 7, Ted gets back together with Victoria. You remember that pumpkin chick that went to Germany? She is back. They're back together, but she's going to get married. So she tells Ted, oh, can you please tell my fiance that I will not make it to the wedding. I have this note, and you fucking idiot, put it there and everything will be fine. It's the opening episode of the 8th season and we just see Ted struggling to be... he is just so unrelatably stupid. He wants the love of his life. He thinks Victoria is the love of his life, but apparently she's about to dump her fiancé with his help. Okay, so anyway, Victoria and Ted break up. Oh, couldn't see that one coming. And also we have this plot that Barney and Robin are kinda wanted to going back together. This is going to lead us to the final page episode. Now we have to talk about the Lily and Marshall deciding who is going to be the godfather thing. You know, in the old episodes, they showed us over-the-top scenarios as a fake thing. You know, much like JD had Visions and Scrubs, where everything was like over the top. In How I Met Your Mother Season 8, these over-the-top segments kinda blur into the real world. So they have like a big wheel and they spin it and they have this little game show with spotlights and they dress up all like fancy. I know this is supposed to be the joke, but it's not funny because they say this is real, and if a person would do that for real, they're nuts! And I wouldn't trust a child on their hands to begin with. And then we have Patrice. Patrice is a co-worker of Robin's, and she's fat. It's funny because she's fat, I guess, and she's so lovely and she bakes cookies and fat stereotype. And what does Barney do? He starts dating her. Why? Good final page. He starts dating her and Robin is very, very sad about this fact. No one cared about your opinion, Patrice! Which is actually one of the best catchphrases this show came up with. You know, I just love Kobe Smulders yelling. You know, then some other shit happens I just don't want to address and I can't remember because, you know, the father comes back for like a couple of episodes and wants to take care of the child, but he's a sick-minded fuck, but in the end he's a very, very good parent. So we now get to the final page. Lily and Marshall have their first day off taking care of little Marvin. That does the dad. Lily's dad takes care of Marvin when they go to the skyscraper opening feast party thing where Ted has to give a big speech and is also praised and everything's fine. Robin is not attending this party because she found out that Barney is going to propose to Patrice! You know, she has to stop it no matter what. All this happens because Barney told Ted, knowing that Ted will tell Robin. So on the roof of her building, where Ted told her that Barney would propose to Patrice, she finds Barney all alone and, you know, candles lit and a page on the ground, and that's the last thing of the playbook he earlier burned in the show because of Patrice, because love and stuff. It's called The Robin. And everything in every episode leading up to this, so from the first episode of season 8 to the 11th episode, which is like 45 minutes long, the final page. She's totally upset at first because she thinks that it's, you know, a scam again. Why would she think that? That's so stupid. Then he says, "Oh, will you marry me?" Hope she says yes is the last step on the page, and she says, "Oh my god, yes." This is incoherent storytelling at its most superb. What do they do now? Barney has to ask for permission to marry Robin. You know, her father is suddenly in New York. You know, this is plot convenience. You know that Robin's dad character is completely out of touch. He was over the top in the old episodes, but I can't believe that he is actually, you know, giving Barney a gun and he tells him to shoot a rabbit in his apartment to commit a crime, because shooting guns in public is a crime. So this again kicks reality in the balls. But in the end, Robin's father is like, "Oh, okay, I guess this is the guy who is marrying my daughter. Oh, we reached 22 minutes on the episode line. I'm okay with that." And then they have the back and forth thing with the bachelor party, which is actually a cool episode. The bachelor party, because we get a lot of throwbacks to the old episodes, you know, when Barney talks about the Karate Kid, that's gonna reignite it. It's also kind of like the final page thing when everything in this episode is leading up to the final 5 minutes where we actually see, oh, it was all a scam. This is where How I Met Your Mother really jumped the shark, because Marshall gets kidnapped by the mob and they have a little prosthetic hand they fooling Barney with, and Marshall gets his hand chopped off and we got the blood squirts coming out. It's obviously that they try to film it as fake as possible so people don't get upset or little children, you know, just faint like Barney did. But it's really, really mean to pull that off to your best friend. I would hate them. But in the end of season 8, it's all about redeeming, because people just don't fucking care anymore. And then we get the final 2 episodes, Something Old and Something New. Because Robin has her something old, which is like a necklace she buried in Central Park when she was drunk. Now she remembers it, but she doesn't find it. So she just digs up Central Park, which is okay, I guess. It's New York, right? Okay, season 8 ends with they're all going to the wedding and he is giving her this necklace. You know, the meaning of the necklace is that guy she's giving that to, or you know, when the proper guy arrives, she's going to pull out the necklace and be all like, oh, this is my something old, something new, because this is clearly a sign of the universe, which is kind of like the God in How I Met Your Mother. The universe decides everything. And Ted is still in love with Robin because he states that, so he is moving to Chicago because the plot wants it. The whole Marshall and Lily moving to Italy thing, this was introduced because they were not sure whether Jason Segel would be on season 9. But apparently he signed a contract for the 9th season, so they kind of made this stupid thing where he was going to be a judge. They said, oh, Mr. Erickson, you're going to be a judge, son? And he accepted it. So he has to tell Lily that they are not going to go to Italy. At least he isn't. But you can go, wife, with an infant. Which leads me to, oh, I totally forgot about that shit. Lily gets a job by the captain. Yeah, apparently that guy still hangs out with the How I Met Your Mother gang after Ted fucked his wife. You know that there is this episode with all different perspectives. You know, the one guy is stoned, Robin is very drunk, and they all like talk about nonsense that they clearly did not experience the same way. Which is another throwaway episode. So, season 8 was stupid as hell. It kind of alienated a lot of the audience because they did not deliver what the previous seasons did. It didn't have a heart, it didn't have good jokes, I barely laughed, and the plot points were so forced we clearly knew that this is just filler for the final season. I didn't really think they would make a 9th season after this, but apparently season 8 did good. So what are your thoughts on the How I Met Your Mother season 8? Comment below and let me know. This rhymes actually. I don't know, if you want, subscribe, stay tuned, and you just watched a very long video.